Hey guys, it's Damien. Back. I have another really cool video. This is about customer service. This is some type of a topic that not a lot of people really do videos on. Of course, there is an old adage that the customer is always right. I sort of believe in that and agree with that. But your customer is definitely, at the end of the day, your customer is the lifeblood of your business, and you do want to go above and beyond to make sure that they come back. One thing that a lot of sellers, online sellers, if you're on eBay or Etsy or Amazon and you're just starting out, if you don't or if you haven't had experience interacting with customers on a regular basis, a lot of times emotion gets involved with it, especially when you get like a negative feedback or somebody didn't like a product or a service that you provided. And you got to really try your best to eliminate that as soon as possible. It's a business transaction, so don't allow emotion to get involved with it. I give you an example. I had a friend of mine who owned a online shop and got a couple of negative feedbacks and just took it kind of to heart and was a little more upset about the negative feedback as opposed to figuring out the way to keep that customer. Hold on one second. Let me put my camera down here. There we go. Okay. So what happened was that they ended up kind of just closing up shop, and they just couldn't deal with the two transactions that didn't go exactly the way they expected them to go. So here's what I would tell you. I've been in the retail before I had my own business. I was in retail for over 20 years, and I've dealt with every single possible scenario you could fathom. And over the years, when I first started out working and trying to resolve problems and find solutions for those problems, customers dealing with them is a little bit of a challenge, and it's something that you need to learn over time. But I can tell you, out of the hundreds of thousands of transactions that we've transacted over the years, you're going to come across not necessarily difficult customers. It's just people who, to be honest with you, many of the ones that I dealt with one-on-one in the brick and mortar retail business, I dealt with them when they came home from work, or if they've had a bad day, or if it's the end of the day, they're tired, they're exhausted. And believe it or not, a lot of times it's not necessarily the transaction itself or you, but some type of venting that the customer has to do at the end of the day or at the end of the week. And believe it or not, in a lot of cases, that's exactly what causes people to have a negative experience. I've noticed, though, over time, the best way to solve a challenging transaction or something of a negative transaction is to immediately, there's always two thoughts to it, and I'll be quite honest with you, there's always a thought on one side of your brain that says, the customer is this, that, and the other. I don't like to use profanity, so I'm not going to use any bad words, but this customer is just being a pain in my you-know-what. I can't believe they're complaining about this. That's kind of like your gut reaction, and that right there is actually driven more and more by emotion as opposed to a business approach. So what I do is I simply just email the customer and apologize, say, look, you know what, we apologize for the situation, or we may have made an error, or something got damaged or broken. You'll also get customers when you're dealing with shipping products. They don't necessarily go back to the shipper, of course. They're going to come back. The point of contact is you. You are the seller, and of course you are not with the box or transporting yourself with every single transaction, making sure that box doesn't get damaged or dented or you have a problem. So things will pop up. Stuff gets dropped. Some stuff gets delivered late. And of course, it's not exactly your fault because you've gotten it out on time. But the customer is just going to come back to you and start venting. So what I recommend you do is just that you kind of calm down the customer to begin with. You send them a nice email. You say, look, I apologize. We will definitely do everything we can to make it right. I try to approach every situation that needs that type of addressing. I address it that way. If it's something that's broke or damaged or arrives late or it's melted, immediately offer another product. I do not try to offer a refund up front. And the reason why is that if you think about it, your customers come to you for either a product or a service. They didn't come to you for a refund, to give you money and then to wait a couple of days and then get money back. That's not really why they came to you. So you want to resolve the problem. You want to make it in your favor, and you want to approach it in a polite and professional business manner, not in some emotional way. They vent at you, and then some people I've heard people's stories about sellers that are venting back to customers, and then it's not the way to run your business. You don't take it to heart. Don't take it to it's a personal jab at you. Simply try to find a solution. And if it's resending product, great. A lot of times I'll offer more product. And then what I will do is I'll even go from offering a product to an additional discount or a credit or something in the future and say, look, you know what? We're going to get you some fresh product out. We apologize for the inconvenience. In the future, when you come back, we'd love to give you $15, $20 worth of product in our store with your purchase. What you're going to do by doing that is you're going to satisfy that specific situation. That order at hand, you're going to solve it, and you're going to make the customer happy. But what you're going to do is you're going to get the customer to come back. And the idea is that obviously you want them to come back again and again. So by offering them a free product with another purchase, they may come back and drop $100 in your store, and you're going to give them $20, and you've basically got another customer transaction and a satisfied customer who will be back. So just remember that if you're starting a business online, this is something that I don't see a lot of people addressing with their videos on YouTube. There's a lot of people out there telling you about $50,000 a month and $20,000 a day. But at the end of the day, when you start a small business, you're going to deal with customers. And if you don't know how to approach a situation that could be a negative impact on your business, you're not going to solve the problem. The customers are going to get upset, and you know what happens from that. So you want to resolve the issue. You want to make it better, make it right for the customer, and just always be apologetic. Okay, and a lot of people, I don't like to apologize for something I didn't do. This, that. The UPS dropped and busted a product. That has nothing to do with your business. Let it go, and don't retain that as some type of emotional jab at you. Don't keep it going. Just immediately say, you know what, we're going to take care of it. We'll make it right. Because here's another thing that you want to keep in mind. In the grand scheme of things, when you're running a business and you've got hundreds or even thousands of transactions going out a month, and let's just say you had 10, 15, or 20 even transactions that needed some fixing. In the grand scheme of things, 20 transactions out of thousands and thousands and thousands is really a minuscule amount. And they're going to come back and they're going to buy more stuff from you. So that's the objective, is that you want the customer to come back, period. And what you want to do is you want to approach it professionally, not emotionally. So if you're on Etsy for the first time and you made a product, you put time and effort, and then someone gives you negative feedback, just contact the customer. Say, hey, look, we want to make sure that you have a 5-star, fantastic experience with us. Here's what I want to do. Is there a way I can send you a new one, a fresh one? I see that it broke. Can I send you one that's not broken? I'm going to pack it better. But do what you can to make that customer's transaction great, and then move on. Don't dwell on it. Don't allow that to overrun your emotions, and then you shut down a shop or stop selling or something like that just because you got a couple of people that are complaining or just not liking their transaction. So keep it in perspective, and keep thinking to yourself, you know what, in a few months, if you're even at the end of the year, I'm going to be selling thousands and thousands of products. You know what, this 1 or 2 transactions, it's not going to be something that you need to worry about, or don't sweat it too much. So I do hope that helps you out, and have a great one. Thanks, guys, and give me some thumbs up if you like my videos. I appreciate everyone who has been giving comments and thumbs up. It definitely motivates me to make sure that I know to do more videos, that I know this is having an impact on someone's business or helping people get started. And of course, just keep in mind that I've got the other channel that I'm putting together right now that's going to be a subscriber base. It's going to be $12.99 a month, but it's going to have enormous amounts of resources, as well as a direct link to me. And if there's anything I can help you with, or if there's questions, that's exactly what I'm setting that subscriber page up for. And that channel will be up momentarily, and I'll let everybody know when the channel is up and functioning properly. And we want to get a handful of videos up there and some resources before we open it up. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good one.